everyone, and welcome to Club 3, Episode 30 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. Since the last time you and I were together, which was against Wolves, we've only played a couple of games since then. We got a 2-2 draw against Tottenham, which was a great result in the end, because you can see that we went 2-0 down to Tottenham in the first half and really fought back hard in the second half. We changed up the style of play into our gegenpress in the second half and really tried to force the issue, and we came back right in the dying seconds of the second half and got a really good 2-2 draw. Slightly disappointing 1-1 draw against Southampton at home though, which again just dampened our expectations a little bit. And today we come against Brighton, who are currently sitting 19th in the Premier League. If we go and have a look at the table, you can see that we're in 13th at the moment, and we've got a reasonable gap now till we get to Southampton in 18th in the relegation spots. A point or three from today's game, and I think we're almost home and dry in definitely staying in this division for next season. But I'm fairly confident, although we've got some very tricky games coming up. Everybody other than Brighton that we play in the last few games are higher up in the table than we are. So there's still some tricky games to come, and we can't quite count our chickens before they hatch. And so I think we just have to suppress it a little bit today. If we get a win against Brighton, I think we're almost there. 37 points after 33 games. Not too bad though. I'm really happy with that. The game against Southampton, I'd have liked a bit of a better result, but the game against Tottenham was a bonus, really. So it kind of balances out, really. And I think ultimately we can be very happy with how it's all gone. So in terms of everything else, there's not a lot else to tell you. We've got a few more games after the Brighton game: Sheffield United, Man City, Liverpool and Norwich. We'll come back for the Norwich game on the last game of the season and just see where we finish in this particular division for this first season in the Premier League. But as you can see, some tricky games. So the key for today is trying to get as many points as we can from this particular match at home against a relegation-threatened Brighton and Hove Albion. So let's see if we can do the job today. It's not looking too bad in terms of our personnel. We've got a couple of people out. Decker, the goalkeeper's out for a couple of days. And Ryan Porteous, he's out for 2 to 9 days, so about a week probably. And John Clark is out for a couple of days as well. So minor knocks. And May has just come back from one. So he finds himself on the bench again. But the rest of them that are injured are out of the squad for today's match. So all that means actually is not a lot has changed. We're able to play pretty much our first full strength first 11. And so today it's Bazunu in goal with Matheson on right back, and Target at left back with Story and Harwood Bellis in central defence, with Joku, Vera and Martinez in central midfield, and Null on the right, Lokudoku on the left and Ida up top. With a bench of Burns, Cooper, May, Silas, Scott, Murray and Audran. Couple of things to say. If you're expecting a Deja Vu episode, because I didn't put one out yesterday, I just wasn't feeling 100% yesterday. But if you're expecting that soon, you will get it, but it won't be today. It'll probably be Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll do a double header day and put that in the schedule at some point. So watch out for that. There will be one dropping midweek sometime this week, and then again on Sunday. So that's the FM20 Deja Vu series. And the other thing to say is that it was pointed out to me, rightfully so, that Ida is actually doing very well in terms of the leading goal scorers in the Premier League. Now he's currently sitting in second place, just behind Cutrone at Wolves. And for a long time he was sitting top. And the reason I hadn't noticed, if I'm totally honest, was look, I mean, he's only got 12 goals after 33 matches that we've played. And you'd expect by now the likes, the bigger teams have got at least a 20 a season goal scorer somewhere in the ranks. But apparently not this season. It's a very, very low scoring season in terms of key strikers. Rashford on 12. Catrone's on 14, as I say. Harry Kane's on about 9 or something. I know we're a few seasons in at this point, but you'd expect some of the big boys to have a good striker in their midst. But anyway, I hadn't really noticed that until it was pointed out to me that Adam Ida currently in the top goal scoring bracket, and we're close to potentially being first in that. So let's see if we can get him a couple more goals today in the game against Brighton. So yeah, anyway, that's all I need to talk to you about. Let's get into today's game and see what happens. So I've gone assertively to suggest that I expect nothing but a win today. We need to try and get these 3 points on the board today because the remaining fixtures are much, much harder and much more tricky than this one, potentially. So we've gone with our asymmetric controlled possession style of play, balanced approach to start with. We can always go more attacking or more defensive later on if need be. Finally, we put that one in. It was a bit of like pinball in the penalty area a bit. The ball was bouncing all over the place, off the woodwork, off of players, all sorts of things. But eventually, I think it was Harwood Bellis. Was it? Yeah, Harwood Bellis that eventually puts the ball in the back of the net, left-footed on that side of the 6-yard box. And that was a good opportunity to get a good early goal. It was a real scrappy goal, but in the end we poked it home and we take a 1-0 lead early in the first half. Hopefully that settles some nerves down a little bit. We can control the game from here. Vera with the free kick and a lovely header on that far post. And this time it was from Martinez, playing really well this season. Martinez, been very impressed by him so far this season. He's done great for us, along with Vera as well. Creative impact in our side. A really lovely free kick right the way over the top of the goalkeeper, who flapped at it a bit. And Martinez on that far post with a nice simple header in, and we take a 2-0 lead. And early in the game, it looks like we're going to take these points, which is invaluable. Takes us up to 40 points, and that's always the bracket that you try to get to as a potentially relegation threatened side. If you can get to 40 points, more often than not, you stay up. And we continue to pile on the pressure, which is really lovely to see. Vera brings it forward onto the edge of the box, then loses his footing a bit and regains it. Wow, did he regain it? That was some strike. Lost his footing completely. The ball was a little bit behind him. He readjusted himself and then set off a rocket of a shot, and it goes into that far corner. Watch this as he just loses his footing there. It goes behind him, regains the ball. Don't really know how. They should have cleared that one, but then fires it into that far corner, and we take a really good, really comfortable 3-0 lead. And it's the type of game that we should be doing this in. Brighton are obviously low in confidence and struggling. We are doing far better than we were expected to. So it's those sort of games where you expect to do well, I guess. Tell the boys they did well and their efforts were excellent. Let's do that. The assistant manager can do that, and we go straight back out for the second half. See if we can maintain the focus and momentum moving forward. Some really good average ratings there today as well. Martinez with the free kick, and there was a chance for Ida, and he doesn't quite take it. But I think it's Harwood Bellis again on the follow-up off the rebound off the crossbar, and he puts it in the back of the net, but it's disallowed, unfortunately. And there's the offside decision in the first place from Ida, who bangs it against that woodwork. Harwood Bellis does very well to react to it, but the damage had already been done. But okay, that's fine. Still 3-0 up after the first half anyway. And you can see that the time is ticking on quite nicely. We're going to make a couple of substitutions and probably take some of our more important players off. We're going to take Ida off just because I want him to be fit for the remaining games. Loku Doku is just coming back again from a little bit of a knock, so he can come out. And then I'm probably going to take Vera out from the centre of midfield and put Silas in. Silas is doing very well. His attributes are improving all the time as a young player, and he comes in and plays pretty well. And Vera is really important to the way that we play currently, so it's good to take him out of the firing line a little bit. Good heading clearance by Target, but it only goes to the Brighton player, and they come back down the right-hand side. Fosu Mensah into the penalty box. Bit of a ricochet there. Again, we try and get it cleared. Don't quite make it. Don't you foul them. Oh, we just about got rid of... I thought we'd got rid of the danger. I thought we were going to foul them in that corner for a penalty, but the cross comes in and they get a simple tap in for a 3-1. It's a bit of a scrappy goal. I was worried by Target in this area here. He's got a yellow card already. Possibly should have taken him off, but I didn't really. And yeah, just a bit of a concern that he could have given away a foul and got sent off at that point, but he didn't. And then the goal came from it, unfortunately. But we'll be okay, I think. 3-1 up and a corner kick for us. Corner comes into the 6-yard box, but it's cleared quite comfortably. Neymar picks it up on that left-hand side. Neymar playing for Brighton and Hove. How did I miss that? Oh, dear me. Wow, that's quite something, isn't it? And they go 2. Right, stop the game there. We're going to go into our defensive zone, and we're going to try and see out this game, and then we're going to shout them to concentrate. and just try and see this game out. How on earth is Neymar playing for Brighton and they're still getting relegated? I guess he's quite aging at this point. We'll go and check him out after the game, see where he's at with his career, but that is quite something, isn't it? Anyway, if they've taken 2 goals back on us, we can really do without losing a third here. We just need to find a way to scrap our way through to the end of the game with no more incident. You can see that we've fairly dominated most of the game. Oh, please no. Please no. Oh, good stop by the goalkeeper. Oh no, it wasn't. It was straight over the top. The goalkeeper didn't need to touch it. And that might see us through, and it does. God, it was a bit hairy at the end there, wasn't it, really? That was quite some performance by Brighton in the second half, and we really, really struggled, but we did get through. I don't think I'm going to say anything on that one. I'm just going to leave that one to them. We got the points, but it wasn't a great performance. Let's just go into Brighton and see where Neymar is at for this current campaign. That's just such an interesting player for them to have. Sorry, picked the wrong button there. Let's go find him. There he is. How old is he? He's 35, lacks all pace, but look at the mentals and the technicals on him. Still a really great player for them, but he's not doing well enough to keep them up, it seems. And it looks like Brighton are going down. What has that done for our league position, though? It's done quite a lot, hasn't it, really? Cemented us in 12th place. We've still got a game in hand over Palace above us and the teams directly below us. So there's some real positivity there, and it puts us on 40 points. And I really think that that's done it. 9 points clear. I think we're safe for next season, but we do have, as I say, some really challenging sides still to play. Sheffield United are above us. Man City and Liverpool are really above us. Norwich are above us as well. Let's go and check them all out. Norwich in 7th place. Sheffield United in 10th. Man City and Liverpool right at the top of the table. You can see we got some tough games to come. So it was really important to get those points today. But we managed it. And that is the most important thing. And that is incredible. I think we're there. Come back next episode, though, just to cement that and see where we actually finish. We'll play the last game against Norwich. And close out this first Premier League season. I did get offered a job a few weeks ago at Leicester City. Leicester, who are struggling down in 16th. I didn't take it, but teams are beginning to sniff around me a little bit and see whether I'm interested. So if one of these big sides come in at some point, then I will move to them and see if we can get to that Champions League final, which will be the end of this series. As you remember, one chance at a Champions League final, whoever we're at, one game in the Champions League final, whether we win or lose, that's the end of the series. So I will move to one of the really big sides if they come in, but I'm not going hunting for the job at the moment because I still think we've got a building process we can still do with Derby. So all positive. Hopefully we're going to be here next season in the Premier League. I think we will. Come back and find out next episode though when we play the last game against Norwich. Thanks for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Click that like button if you haven't. Take care of yourselves in this really hard, tricky circumstance worldwide that we've got. Stay safe and protect yourself and those that you love. Until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.